In the last video, we talked about the difference between real love and emotional attachment, and that leads to another painful question many people secretly ask themselves. Why do some people pull away when I love them more? Why does giving more attention, more care, more effort, and more emotional energy sometimes make the other person lose interest instead of feeling closer? At first, it feels confusing, because love is supposed to bring people together, but sometimes, when love turns into pressure, fear, or emotional dependence, it slowly pushes people away instead. And today, we're going to talk about why that happens psychologically. Because understanding this can completely change the way you approach relationships forever. Let's make something clear first. Loving someone deeply is not a bad thing. Caring is not the problem. The problem begins when love stops feeling free and starts feeling emotionally heavy. Sometimes people say, I gave them everything, but what they actually gave was constant emotional pressure, non-stop attention, over-focus, and emotional dependency. At first, that level of attention may feel flattering, but over time, it can make the other person feel responsible for your emotional state. And once someone starts feeling responsible for keeping you okay emotionally, attraction can slowly fade. Because healthy attraction needs emotional space, not emotional suffocation. People naturally move closer to relationships that feel good emotionally, not relationships that constantly feel emotionally demanding. One of the biggest mistakes people make in relationships is believing, the more I give, the more they'll value me. But human psychology doesn't always work that way. When someone feels like you'll always stay no matter how they behave, your entire happiness depends on them, or you're constantly chasing their attention. They can slowly stop appreciating your presence, not because you lack value, but because your energy starts feeling too available, too dependent, too emotionally attached. Healthy attraction needs balance. It needs two people choosing each other freely, not one person emotionally chasing while the other slowly pulls away. And ironically, people often become more attractive when they stop trying so hard to be chosen. Confidence attracts. Desperation creates distance. If you've ever felt like you lost yourself trying to love someone correctly, comment, learning balance. Because real love is not about giving up yourself to keep someone else. And in the next video, we're going to talk about something incredibly important. Why people often ignore what they already have. Once you understand that psychology, you'll start seeing relationships very differently. Another reason people sometimes lose interest is because overgiving removes emotional tension completely. Now, this does not mean you should play games. It simply means attraction needs emotional balance. When one person gives everything instantly, becomes fully emotionally available too quickly, and revolves their entire life around the relationship, the dynamic changes. There's no curiosity anymore. No emotional space, no room for natural pursuit, and humans are emotional creatures. We naturally value things more when they feel meaningful, intentional, and freely chosen, not when they feel emotionally guaranteed no matter what. This is why emotionally healthy people maintain boundaries, independence, purpose, and their own identity inside relationships. Not to manipulate others, but because self-respect keeps attraction alive. One of the saddest relationship patterns is when someone slowly abandons themselves trying to become lovable enough. They stop speaking honestly, protecting their peace, focusing on their growth, or maintaining standards. Everything becomes about keeping the relationship alive. But real love does not require self-abandonment. A healthy relationship should support your identity, not erase it. And the strongest relationships are usually built between two emotionally whole people, not one person constantly sacrificing while hoping to be valued in return, because love grows best in emotional freedom, not emotional fear. So, ask yourself honestly, have you ever confused overgiving with love? Comment, choosing myself, if you're learning how to love without losing your own identity, and if this video connected with you. Subscribe for the next one, because next time, we're talking about why people often ignore what they already have. And once you understand that pattern, you'll understand why humans sometimes fail to appreciate good relationships until it's too late. See you in the next video.